Hey guys, it's Christine. Today I want to make a short video on how to grow your own sprouts at home. Growing your own sprouts at home is super easy and very inexpensive, and it's an amazing way to add more nutrient-dense foods into your diet for like pennies. It's very inexpensive. The reason I love sprouts is because they're a living food. They're like alive, you eat them like while they're still growing. And if you go to the grocery store and you buy some produce, you don't know how long it's been sitting there. Obviously the best thing for you to be eating is eating vegetables from your own garden, fruit from your own orchard. But let's face it, we don't really live in that world. Unfortunately, most of us don't. Hopefully one day I will. But right now I live in an apartment and I can't really grow my own food. So the best thing that I can do is grow some sprouts. So I've been doing that for the last couple of years and I love it. So that's why I want to share this with you. Sprouts are super nutrient dense. Like when you're eating a sprout, it's like you're eating a baby plant. So that baby plant has all of the vitamins and minerals that the adult plant has, but it's just like in super concentrated format. So it's like you don't have to eat a huge pile of kale. You can eat some kale sprouts and get similar benefits, and that's why I love it. Especially for me, it's hard for me to eat large amounts of kale. And when I say large amounts, I mean ideally I would like to eat like a whole bunch, like a one bunch, of kale in a meal. I want all those nutrients in my belly, but it gives me indigestion. Kale's hard for me to digest, and so are other things like collard greens, which I also really love. So for me, it's growing the kale sprouts is amazing, and they don't give me any problems. They're very easy to digest because they've got a lot of enzymes in them. Yeah, so that's another reason I love sprouts. What else did I want to say? Yeah, no, I think that's it. They're awesome. And okay, let me just show you what you're going to need. You're going to need a jar, a few jars, just regular jar, and you're going to need to go and buy some mesh screen. I don't know what it's made out of. It's just mesh. Here, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So I got this at Rona, and Rona is like a Canadian hardware store. And I got a meter of it, a square meter, and it cost $1.77, I think. So it's very inexpensive. My mom said that she also got some at Michael's. Michael's is a craft store here in Canada. So if you can't find it at a hardware store, which you definitely can, you can go to a craft store and get it there as well. Okay, so you're going to need to get some mesh. You're going to need to cut it into these little squares. You're going to need the lid for the jar. And of course, you're going to need your sprouts. You can get sprouts, the seeds for the sprouts, at most health food stores. I've got a few here in Victoria that I like to go to. I like to go to different ones because they all have kind of different variety. Right now I've got kale. I've got a sandwich booster, which is a blend of clover, alfalfa, radish, and mustard. So it's a little bit spicy. I've got regular alfalfa. I've got red clover, and I've got fenugreek, which is kind of has a curry kind of taste to it. It's really interesting. So, okay, how do you grow your sprouts? All right, here's what you do. So you take your sprouts, and you take about a tablespoon of the seeds, and you soak them in water for 2 to 6 hours. We'll just follow the instructions on the packaging. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do the kale ones. So where did the kale go? Here they are. Okay, green kale. So I'm going to measure out a tablespoon, maybe a little more because my jar is pretty big, a tablespoon and a half. I like to have it really full of sprouts. And then you're going to soak the seeds for 2 to 6 hours, or according to what the instructions on the package say. So Here we go. Now my kale seeds or sprouts are soaking. So you're going to want to put the mesh on. And that's it. You're just going to let it sit for 2 to 6 hours, okay? So I'm going to put that down. And now I'm going to show you, I started soaking these ones 6 hours ago. So now here's what you do after 6 hours. Okay, so you take your jar with your sprouts and your water and you dump out the water. So take the water, dump it out. Okay, so you've got your jar of sprouts, no water. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so now you got your sprouts. Now you're gonna put them in a bowl or something. Let me just show you, hang on. So this is how I do it. You wanna have them on an angle, tilting down, because you want like any residual water to trickle out through the mesh, because you don't want the water sitting in there, otherwise it'll go moldy. So now you have your sprouts in your bowl and they're angled down so the water can drain. And what I like to do for the first day, if it's not nighttime, is I like to cover it with a towel. Because, well, I mean, you don't have to. Sometimes I don't do it and it's like I don't really notice a difference, but sometimes I do it. And the reason is because like it simulates being underground and then it helps them like sprout initially. So anyways, there we go. Here's our bowl of sprouts covered with a towel. So now we're just gonna let that sit there. And what you're gonna do twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, is rinse them. So, okay, let's pretend it's been 12 hours. So let's pretend it's the evening. It's the morning now. Let's pretend it's the evening. So I'm like, okay, time to rinse my sprouts. So what you do is you take your jar, fill it with water. Sorry, I'm filming this on my laptop. I don't have a camera right now, so I can't really move it around too much, so yeah, sorry. Okay, so, you know, you're gonna fill the water. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is once you've let these ones soak for 6 hours, you pour the water out, but you also want to rinse it a couple times. So like pour some water in, pour it out. Okay, hope that makes sense. Sorry. Okay, so you fill it up with water and then you pour it out. So basically you're just getting the sprouts wet every 12 hours. If you miss one, it's not really a big deal. There's a dog out there. They'll survive, but you know, try to water them every 12 hours. So, okay, I've rinsed them out. They go back into the bowl. And then after the first 12 hours, if they've been under the dark, you don't need to leave the towel on anymore. So these ones should be sprouting, you know, by tomorrow. They'll have little sprouts coming out of them. I'll be able to see that they're like starting to germinate. In 3 days, they'll be a bit bigger, and I usually eat them around day 5. The kale takes a bit longer. It takes about 6 days. Takes a little longer, but you can eat them like when they're really small, or you can eat them when they get longer and more green. It's totally, you know, up to you. So I'm gonna come back around day 5, maybe, you know, 5 days from now. I'm gonna show you what it looks like so that you can have an idea. Okay? Okay, see you then. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday today, and if you recall, I think I started my sprouts on Saturday, so it's been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's only been 3 days. I can't believe it's only been 3 days. And actually my sprouts have really grown a lot. So here, let me show you. So here's my bowl, my little sprout setup. They're all kind of on an angle there. And I'll just show you that they've grown a lot in 3 days. I could have actually eaten them yesterday already, but what did I eat for dinner yesterday? I can't remember. It wasn't something related to sprouts. So yeah, these ones, the kale ones don't have as much volume because I don't know why, they just don't get as voluminous. So the kale ones I'll probably grow for another couple days. But these ones are totally ready to eat. And this is crazy. It's like this is 1 tablespoon of seeds, and look, it makes this huge jar of sprouts, which is so awesome. I love it. Yeah, so I could actually probably keep it out for 1 more day if I wanted them to get a little bit bigger, but this is like, this is perfect. I can eat them like this. And you can also eat them when they're smaller than this too. They're still good. Yeah, so my sprouts grow really well, I find, and I think it's because I have such an appreciation for them, and whenever I'm like filling them up with water and then rinsing the water, and I'm always like, telling them how much I love them, etc., sending them my love and energy. So I find that if you grow sprouts, you need to talk to them. They really want you to talk to them, okay? It's a big tip. Yeah, what else? Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful and useful. If you have any questions on sprouts, I'm the sprout queen, so I got water on my shirt. Yeah, let me know. I hope you guys like this video. Sprouting is so awesome. I really hope that you do it. Yeah. Okay, see you guys later.